Hi guys, my name is Demi, and today I will be interviewing my dad, Frank Ferrara, and we will be discussing organ and tissue donation registration. So how are you?
Good.
Good? Alright. So, first question, are you an organ and tissue registration? Are you registered as an organ and tissue donor?
No, I am not.
You're not? Do you know how to become one? Like, what do you know about it?
I know when I go to get my driver's license renewed, there's always a section on there that has organ donation. I always check off no.
Why?
Well, you know, I never, now that you're into it with school, but I never really got into the conversation or looked deep enough, I think, into it to be a critical decision, to make the decision in my life. So I never really looked enough into it to make that decision with logical reasoning behind it.
Okay, so is that all you know? You don't know anything else about organ?
I mean, I know I have the choice, and I've kept it where my wife knows what my choice is, and that I'd rather not have it listed that if my wife or my children aren't around to make that decision for me, that someone else will make the decision based on my decision.
So organ donation is actually, you can do it multiple ways too. You can actually go down to the Gift of Life Foundation, and that's what we've been learning about in school, and they help you through the process and stuff like that if you don't do your driver's license, but that's a different story. So what are your feelings about organ and tissue donation?
Well, like I mentioned already, I haven't ever looked into it deep enough. I see it.
Like you don't think it's, like you're not against it or anything like that?
I'm not against it, but at the same time, I know that I'd rather have my wife make the choice. She knows what my choice is, and if something ever critical happened to me, that decision would be based on what I have told her and what we have discussed. But again, if she's not with me and I was in a car accident and I wind up in a hospital somewhere, I believe the human element is involved at that point in time. And anytime the human element is involved, I look at it as they can make a decision based on the fact that they see I'm an organ donor, they know my life is in critical danger. Could a human mistake be made to say, I know we need organs right now, he's really in bad shape, and next thing you know, they're not resuscitating me based on the fact that, you know, I'm in bad shape and my organs could be used to save another life. Which I'm not against, but at the same time, if my life is first and I could be saved for the sake of my family, I'd rather not have that decision in someone else's hand based on a form that I filled out and checked off organ donor. My wife knows how my choices are, and that I would like to save a life if I was going to die, but only if she can make that decision for me, that with an educated information from a doctor that my life is that critical, then she can say, go ahead and do it.
Okay, well, your thing is saying, like, if you're in critical condition, that they're not going to save your life. That is completely a myth. When doctors decide to become a doctor, they have to take a oath that this is their job. They have to save your life no matter what, even if you are an organ donor. And they can't say, oh, well, this person needs an organ, and they realize that you could be a possible donor for that person. They can't say, oh, we're going to pull the plug. That's a myth. And everybody's like, always worried about that, and that's one of the misconceptions of it. Is there anything else that you're worried about with myths or anything like that? Because there are a lot of other myths. I'm just asking you if you know.
No, I don't. If that myth exists out there, I could say it probably is a myth, but at the same time, like I mentioned, humans make mistakes every day. And though they're doctors and though they take their oath, I still believe that somewhere along the line, as a human, they can make a mistake. And they can say, it's borderline, we definitely need his organs, it doesn't look good.
They don't have that decision to make.
If they don't, and that's the case, I'd still rather have my wife.
That's the only way that they can make that decision.
Right.
And that goes through Gifts of Life and then through doctors. No one knows your name, no one knows anything about like your social like popularity. Also like with like if somebody famous needed an organ, like you need your organs.
Right.
That they wouldn't know. They don't know that person's famous or anything like that. It depends on their critical condition. And if your wife knows your decision, which is why you need to make sure that somebody that you're really close with knows your decision about being like,
an organ donor. But
Is there
if
no way
it's
else to
on,
do that?
but if it's on my license, are you an organ donor, and it's checked off yes, I know right now it's no. If my wife's not in the vicinity, if I'm away traveling for work and she's not there, they can look at that and automatically say he's an organ donor.
Yes, but she can also have a say. even
Right, and
if she's
I
away.
definitely want her to have the final say, or my children to have the
Mhm.
final say, based on where I am at that given point in time, and where my life is at that given point in time.
Yeah, they will contact family members and will just say, okay, he's an organ donor, let's not save him. They do have to contact your family, even if it's put on your license.
Okay.
So, other things that organ donation, it does save lives, and I'm gonna be for it. But it's a very interesting process because we have learned through school. We've learned we've learned so many stories. We heard actually people have come in and told us stories that how like they were like on the edge of dying because of it, because they
Needed an organ?
They needed an organ. One woman had her pancreas and her stomach and her heart, and she is alive and well, and she's living her life to the fullest. And even though she has to wear certain equipment every day, the person who gave her the organs, she's just so thankful because she thought she was just gonna give up on life, but she didn't. And it makes me wonder why people don't do organ donation every day, but it's a really important thing to do, and I think that you should register because since it's not on your license, they don't know, and that's why they would need to have somebody there. It's always good to have it as a legal document because it is your choice, it is your personal decision to make.
Okay.
So do you have any more concerns or questions about organ donation?
No, again, I believe that I've learned a little bit more through watching you going through it from the beginning of the school year till now. I do want to have some more conversations with some family and friends, see where they stand on it, get some more opinions, and probably now, that we've come to this point, find out deeper more into it so I can make a decision the next time I renew my license.
And our biology class also has a website called gamplifelab.com, and on there it's all of our videos that we've done, everything that we've documented is on there. Everything, all the videos that we've done are on there. Discussions that groups have talked about myths and everything like that, so you can learn more about that and tell your friends about that. And there's also another website for organ donation. It's called donors1.org, and there's a lot of information about registration and concerns and what organ donation does for people around the world. And so if I change your mind about organ donation, do you definitely want to go register?
I don't know if I'm going to register right now, but you definitely have persuaded me that you move the scale a little bit to the yes.
Good.
Let's just put it that way.
Okay, so thank you for your time,
You're
Pat.
welcome.
And that's all, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you again.